Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of OS Pro Interviews. This series is still quite new, so for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Pandis and I will be the host of the series. Today we got into contact with the Austrian OSU player, Micca, and he gave us this opportunity for us to interview him, hence will be this video. Without further ado, before I get into the video, shout out to my good friend and editor of this video, Novic. Well, that's all I have for now, and now on to the interview. Okay, hello everyone. So, today, like I mentioned before, I'm going to be joined by Micca. So, Micca, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yo, I'm Micca, but you can also call me Michael. I'm an avid circle clicker and I'm 17 and I'm a high school student and I've been living in Eastern Austria for my entire life.
That's cool. What got you into OSU?
Well, back in late March 2016 in school, a friend recommended the game to me and I just made an account that day and a few days later I downloaded the game and started playing it.
Was there anything about the game that seemed interesting to you?
Well, I liked playing multi with my friends there, and I just liked the songs in the game, and yeah, I just liked playing the game.
That's cool. It's always important to like the game that you play.
Exactly.
What did you do before playing OSU?
Well, in terms of gaming, I used to play a lot of Mario Kart Wii when I was a kid, and as I grew older, around the age of 12, I started playing Minecraft a lot. I played survival games on various servers like Hive or Hypixel. And until I started playing OSU in 2016, I played a lot of CSGO casually with my friends for around 1 to 2 years.
That's a pretty long time. So you were pretty devoted to CSGO, huh?
Yeah, I was just casual pretty much for like... I had 700 hours when I started playing OSU.
Do you still play CS on Minecraft, or have you just dropped it for OSU now?
I still play CS and Minecraft with my current online friend group from time to time.
That's cool. It's good to have something other than OSU as a reliable option, you know?
When you're tilted and when you just want to play something else than this goddamn game, it's nice to have a few. It's nice to have a few other games you can play.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you try a map like 700 times, how much you kill over it, still can't FC it. But yeah.
Yeah, I know that feel.
It's hard, dude. I've been trying to 3-mon it for the longest time. But anyways, when you're not playing OSU, what do you usually do?
Well, when I'm not playing OSU, I watch YouTube and Twitch streams most of the time on my computer, but in real life, when I have school, of course, I go to school, I focus on my studies, I study for tests and whatnot. And on the computer, I also just, as I said, casually play games with my current friend group, like, for example, Rocket League, CS, or Minecraft. And also I just like to hang out with school friends from time to time in real life. And sometimes I also like to ride my bike through the countryside.
That's cool. So you've already kind of mentioned what games you play outside of OSU, but I do have a few questions. Could you go into like specifications about how you got into Rocket League, Mario Kart, CS, and all that? Like, what do you do on them specifically as of today? You know, kind of like that.
Well, Mario Kart Wii. I'm gonna start with Mario Kart Wii since it's pretty much the first game that I grinded. Well, when I was like really young and when I got the Wii for Christmas when I was like 7, I just instantly loved the game because I like racing games as well. I don't play any racing games now, but I liked Mario Kart Wii a lot. And I just really got into time trials and just racing online. And as I got older, I just learned about the clan scene in Mario Kart Wii. And I started playing in clans, drove in clan wars, and it was a pretty fun time. As for Rocket League, I just sort of discovered it when my friends told me that they were playing it. And it's the same with CS. I just played it with my friends because my friends had it.
That's pretty cool. So I have a kind of a question, and I'm sure that many of the people who are watching this video are very curious to it themselves. Why did you choose the name Micca?
Well, as I said, I had a time where I played CSGO casually with my friends, and back in 2015, My CSGO name in-game was Micha, which is just like a Michael in German, but without the E and the L at the end. And I had a Swedish mate that I often played with, and he used to always pronounce my name as Micca, and that thing kind of stuck in my head. And when I had to think of a cool name for Osu, I just Micca just entered my mind because that happened like a year ago.
Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of how I come up with my name too. It's my friend that used to pronounce my name. So, um, that's basically all I really have as questions as to surrounding you. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions about your Osu career. So, starting off with the first question, when did you start playing Osu?
I started playing Osu on the 1st of April 2016. Well, I downloaded the game on this day and played it for the first time, but I made my account a few days before. So the first day I played this game was for the 1st of April 2016.
Hmm. Did you always take Osu seriously? And, well, would you say that you take it serious now?
Well, I was hooked on this game from the first day on, so my main goal since day one was basically to have fun playing the game and just to get good at the game. So yeah, I've always taken Osu seriously because it was a fun game to grind and just a fun way to waste your time basically.
That's one way to look at it. What are some of the things that motivate you to keep playing the game?
Well, when I see how far I've come, like I'm rank 5 now, that just really motivates me to keep pushing and just to keep grinding the game. And also, I get motivated from people telling me that they like my plays, and like I've also started to stream a little more in the last few months, I think, because the recent growth of my Twitch channel has like also made me motivated to play more, especially on stream, because it's just fun interacting with your audience and just yeah, getting cool scores on stream.
Being able to have a good time, yeah.
Yeah, and also seeing myself shooting through the rankings, like I was ranked 60 around this time last year. It's a pretty cool feeling to just grind and then see how much your rank has risen.
Hmm. It's always, yeah, improvement is always the biggest motivation in my opinion. Um, for most people at least. So why, this is a little bit of a difficult question. Why do you play Osu? And like, what I mean by that is like, what's enjoyable about it? And if nothing, then how come you play it?
Well, I play Osu because the gameplay itself is fun and it's enjoyable, and you just have so many songs to choose from, and it's just a fun pastime. You can spend a lot of time on trying to improve, and it's like fun. It doesn't have any kind of RNG in the game that might tilt you. It's just you and yourself.
Right.
Yeah, basically. And you can also interact with the community easily with instant messaging and multiplayer games, which is cool to like find friends in the community. And I also like how you can compete against other people in the rankings. And I also keep finding very nice music in the game. Actually, most of the music I listen to outside of Osu is music that I found in Osu, and this is also definitely a plus. And I just wanted to add that I mostly play hidden double time aim maps because they're the most fun to play for me, and that's also the reason why I play the game, just to have fun. That's why I specified in hidden double time aim maps.
So you enjoy hidden double time aim maps?
Yeah, exactly.
What about them do you think you enjoy? Is it like the speed or the accuracy or just being satisfied by hitting them?
It's very satisfying to hit hard jumps, and it's very satisfying to get the funny points.
The funny points, that's how it is.
Yeah.
If you can remember this, what was your peak rank?
Well, my peak rank is my rank right now, which is 5.
That's pretty good. What are some of your goals in Osu? And have you completed any of your like all lifetime career goals?
Well, I first formed my lifetime career goals back in 2016 when I started. And those were to get top 100, to reach number 1 Austria, and to participate in OWC for Austria. And I've completed all of these first goals, so to speak. But my current goals are to get at least top 3 worldwide, and to even further improve my DT jump skill and maybe get a 900 PP score. I also want to improve in other aspects of the game, like streams and high CS maps, because my skill's lacking in those kind of maps.
It's always important to have a good balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What is your favorite thing about OSU?
Well, my favorite thing about OSU is being able to find awesome friends through the community and through the game, and just meeting up with the community in real life as well. For example, at Cavo's OSU event earlier this year, and it was just an awesome time for me, meeting all the people, meeting the top players, and just meeting everyone and interacting with everyone. It was awesome.
A little bit off of that question, what would you say was your favorite thing about Cavo's OSU event?
Being able to talk to the friends you've been talking to for months on end online, and just being able to have fun with them in real life. It's awesome.
I can imagine that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
So, kind of contrast to the question that I just stated before that, which was what was your favorite thing about OSU? I'm going to ask you the opposite of it. So, what is your least favorite thing about OSU?
Well, I don't have anything to say against the gameplay or the game itself, but in the community, there's, like in every community, there's some people that kind of, I don't know, that I'm not fond of, I guess. Because some people just care too much about how other people play the game. Like, I'm a common target since I get it, yeah, I farm DT, PP, but I don't think how someone plays the game should be anyone else's business. Unless you cheat, of course, then that's totally understandable. But in general, valuing people based on their playstyle is my least favorite thing of the community, and I've seen it from time to time in the community that people just say, hey, you play this certain kind of way, so you're not as good as the other person. Like on a personal level, not even skill level.
Yeah. To go a little bit further into that, what's your opinion specifically on the community then?
Well, I think the OSU community as a whole is great. Of course, there's a few special people, but I think that it's the same way in every other big gaming community. But in all, there's many people that are very, very dedicated to the game, and there's generally a big competitive aspect to the game, especially at a high level, like in the top 500, I would say, with tournaments and everything. And also a lot of people are just cool to talk to and to be friends with, and that's how I found most of my online friends, through OSU.
I feel like a lot of people that like put a lot of time into the game end up actually developing fun groups within the game, and I think that's very cool because sometimes people can actually make best friends off of the game, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
An example is OSU event, like there was a lot of people that like had been best friends online that had met through OSU but never got the opportunity to meet up with each other, so it was very cool to like see how people were meeting each other for the first time and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So you mentioned earlier something about how, I mean, you know, people kind of judge you because the DT jump map, stuff like that, right? So I want to ask you, what are your opinions on the current PP system?
Well, of course, because I play the most PP rewarding skill set in existence, I really can't form an unbiased opinion. In general, I don't really think I'd care too much about the PP system changing, since I would just try to adapt to the PP system. Of course, it's flawed in one way or another, but it doesn't negatively affect me, and that's why I can't really see the whole situation out of an underranked player's perspective, because I have no problem with the PP system, but 90% of the community think otherwise, so I can't really form an unbiased opinion.
Well, you know, people have their opinions, it's understandable. What are some of your best accomplishments in OSU? And you kind of went over this a little bit with your goals, but I want to ask you specifically about your accomplishments.
Well, the accomplishments I'm most proud of right now is probably climbing to the top 5 worldwide, because that's recently happened, I think 4 or 5 days ago, I'm not sure. And it actually feels kind of surreal to be this high up in the rankings. And also, just getting 9 star FCs and many 800s have been incredible to me since back in 2016, 2017, I never thought I would ever get these kinds of scores. And they've just all felt like big accomplishments in the game for me. And generally, getting good at hidden double time aim maps has been a dream ever since 2016, ever since I've started playing. And it's just awesome that I managed to improve and develop the skill set and actually be the player that I am right now.
Getting those accomplishments is like setting goals for yourself and being able to achieve them. I think is one of the best feelings that you'll ever feel in the game. You know.
Yeah,
So-
that's also huge motivation.
Yeah, exactly. So with Osu within itself, what are some of your favorite ever memories from playing the entire game?
Well, I don't think there's anything memorable in like 2016 or 2017, but since 2018 I've had some very memorable moments. For example, playing in the World Cup 2018 for Austria. As I said, that was like one of the first goals I've ever set in the game. And it was just a new experience for me, and even though I was nervous, very nervous, playing with my teammates was actually really fun, and I would like to actually repeat this experience. And also getting top 10 live on stream with Abyssal, that happened like a month ago. He was on the call, by the way, and it was just really hype and fun. I think I have seen just the dice with hidden double time. And I still remember when I had 20 viewers back in December 2018, I was like rank 40, I believe, rank 30. And Flying Tuna just hosted me with 700 viewers out of nowhere when I just had 20 viewers or something. And I actually couldn't have been happier, and it just felt incredible having such a huge audience watching my stream. I know this doesn't directly have anything to do with playing the game itself, but I made some incredible memories by meeting my OSA friends I've been talking to in real life for the first time. Like at COE, that was a moment. I'm just happy that the game gave me this sort of opportunity to meet all of those awesome people.
Okay, and at COE, or maybe even outside of COE, did you get to meet any of your idols, and who are some of them?
Well, I have multiple idols, but idols I've met at COE itself was, for example, Elysian and Itki, but I want to get into the other idols first. The first idol that comes to my mind is Flying Tuna, because of his insane improvement and ability to reach number 1 in such a short time. I think it was within 2 years of starting to play the game. And his aim is just insane. It's over the top.
Right.
And Vaxe is also someone I look up to, because he's a great all-rounder and probably the best player alive right now, in my opinion. Because he can just... I feel like he can just almost play virtually anything. And his DT aim skills are also insane, which is why I look up to his scores on DT maps, because I want to be able to aim DT as good as him, basically.
Right.
And another player I look up to is Lane, or Aryu, whatever you want to call him, because his versatility in the game is just insane. Just throw any map at him and he will somehow be able to play it really well. Especially his scores on old maps are absolutely crazy, and they just blow my mind because I can't play old maps for shit, to be honest.
They're hard, dude. They were mapped so differently.
Exactly. He's just so good at them. It's insane.
Takes practice.
Well, Elysian and Hirak are also two names that instantly come to my mind because they're just so insane and alien at DT and higher AR in general, and it's just extremely impressive to me. And Itki is also one of my idols. I actually met him at COE as well as Elysian. And Itki is probably the polar opposite of me in terms of playstyle. And so many of his scores that he sets are just flat out unattainable for me, and that's why he's such an impressive player to me.
Yeah, he is really good. So I have a question that's a little bit more towards the audience for you to answer, okay? So I want to ask you, to everybody watching this video right now, what would you recommend for people trying to improve?
Well, if you want to improve, just play what you enjoy playing. And if you exclusively want to climb the rankings and you dislike any farm maps, you gotta push yourself to adapt to them. I am very lucky in a sense that my favorite maps to play are farm maps, so I don't have to push myself to play them. I just naturally like playing them, and yeah, generally if you like playing a specific kind of map, you're going to get good at that kind of map, no matter what. Since having fun heavily contributes to getting better at that specific skill set. And yeah, as I said, I enjoy playing DT farm maps, and if that's what you enjoy, that means that you are eventually gonna get good at it.
It's true. Making sure that you're having fun is really important when trying to improve.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not good at streams or high CS maps, because I just despise playing them, and I try to adapt to them, but I just don't have fun playing them. That's why I'm so big of a farmer.
Yeah, I know how you feel. So, to ask this final question here, if you could, what would you say to motivate new players starting out the game?
Well, I would say first, Osu is definitely a nice way to have fun and find new people if that's what you want. I think everyone wants that. And if you have a lot of free time in your hands, then playing Osu pretty much kills the boredom you would have, like when you wouldn't have anything to do, but you would have a lot of free time. And that was the same case with me. I had a lot of free time. I didn't know what to do. CS:GO and Rocket League and etc. weren't fun for me, and I found Osu, and it just pretty much killed my boredom. And I was constantly trying to improve, and it was just extremely fun. And I would say the main goal of Osu in the beginning is just to have fun and to learn the basics of the game. And if you're just starting out, don't focus on getting PP. That's what I did. That was a mistake. And you should just play songs that you like, for example, because playing songs that you like is way more fun than playing some weird as other map you don't even have fun playing.
Yeah.
And getting into the game is really worth it, in my opinion, and it will feel really rewarding if you just start improving and start setting scores you didn't think you were capable of setting. That's just the most satisfying thing to me.
That's true. Being able to set long-term maps like as a goal is very satisfying.
Exactly.
So I think that's basically everything I have for the questions. Is there anything you'd like to say to the audience?
Well, I don't think I have anything more to say except thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the new videos.
That's a good way to make a little ending. Well, you guys heard it. That's basically all we had right here, and now on to the outro. Well, that's all we had for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did and would like to support us, make sure to drop a like and comment, and even consider subscribing if you would like to see more from us. Also, make sure to follow our Twitter and join our Discord, as well as making sure to go follow Micca on all the social media down below in the description. Before I end the video, I would like to once again give a big shout out to Novic, as this video wouldn't have been possible without him. Make sure to follow Novic and I on our social media platforms, also in the description of this video. With all that being said, I'll see you guys soon.